Hey, what's up everybody, and welcome back to another video. It's me. They call me Heat. We back cooking up some boom bap. If this is your first time watching the channel, I am a music producer of over 10 plus years, and on this channel right here, I teach producers how to make the best boom bap style beats. So everybody always asks me, yo Heat, what's on your master channel? It's very simple. It consists of an analyzer, as you guys see in a lot of my videos, and an L2 maximizer from Wave. And sometimes I add like the tape simulation on the master to kind of give it that warmth, give it that roundness, give it that thump, and that helps me a lot. And I kind of wanted to show you guys and break it down why I use, these effects on my master channel and what they do to help me create my beats and what they can do for you as well if you invest in these plugins as well and purchase them too. But I can't just go in and be like, all right guys, here's my master channel, here it is, video's over. I gotta go, I gotta cook up a beat, I found a dope jazz sample and you guys just heard, so I'm about to chop that up in the Fruity Slicer and get to work on that. All right, so yeah, if this is your first time watching, make sure you subscribe, turn on the notification bell, like hit that bell button, hit all, not personalized, not just hit all, okay? Hit that option, make sure you don't miss any more videos in the future. And if you want the files from the video today, just become a supporter of the channel, hit the Patreon button below, patreon.com/TheyCallMeHeat. You can get the sounds, the drums used in this video today, as well as the sounds and drums and samples used in the previous videos. All right, so yeah, y'all, let's go ahead and get into it. I feel like I'm doing too much talking. Let's get into it. Yeah, let's go cook this boom bap. All right, yeah. There's so much in this sample. There's so much in the sample that I get. So all of the sample that was played or that's here, I just grabbed just a small section. I already put it in the Fruity Slicer, pitched it up a little bit just to kind of see, just to mess around with it before I commit it to anything else. So yeah, so I'm gonna just kind of show you these chops. Someone needs to work on their time stretching skills, huh? I see that it's off. It's not really the greatest right now. I'm gonna just find some dope drums real quick and see, like, I don't know what I can start. I was just going through, like, building up the crate for this month with the producer crate, just figuring out, the samples to go in there, finding stuff, and I was like, ooh, this sample's dope. Let me see what I can mess with. Let me see what I can do with this one. So alright, I like that drum break right there. I like that. I'm gonna grab the slicer again and I'm gonna just throw it in here. People are gonna ask, where'd you get those drum samples from? Where'd you get those? Shroom, shout out to Shroom. He gives them up every week, or he was doing it for every week. And I think I caught like week 4 or 5 and 6 or something like that. And I just caught him at the right time. I don't know, y'all. I don't know if I'm gonna rock with this. Let's see what happens, though. I might have to go do my own drums here without the drum loop. I might have something. That's kind of weird, but it works. It works though. It's weird, but it works. Let me see. I gotta find different like pieces too to throw in. Now I'm gonna use an EQ to bring out the low end, or not bring it out, but like take out the low end of the sample, just so that that bassy tone isn't in there. So now it's time to make that drum pattern stand out a little bit more. Gotta put a harder kick under it. Okay, so the bass is coming together. I like the bass so far. Let me lay this down and see what happens. So I had to change the kick up because the kick that I had on there was good. It was a rounder kick, but it didn't fit the roundness. Trying to stack a round kick on top of a round kick, which is what a bass drum is. It's more round than it is like this. The other kick that I have is more pointy. So when it comes to rounder kicks, you want to stack it with a pointy kick. So I got this open hat. I'm gonna use that. I use it a lot. I love it. I like it. So I'm gonna throw that in there real quick. I'm gonna put this like old school style Bill Cosby saxophone in there. Pause. And I don't think I want it to run that long. Alright guys, so I'm pretty much done with the beat. I don't really know what else to do with this beat, but I did this so that I could show you, first of all, my process, what I go through when I'm making a beat. Second of all, let's say I mixed this beat. Let's say I was done with this beat and I was complete, and I know, okay, everything sounds good, everything's great. I know that there's 3 plugins that I'm gonna end up putting on here. Either one of the 3 or all 3. Just depends. Number 1, I know that I'm going to use some type of stereo imager. For me, I use the BX Control by Brainworks. you can use any stereo imager. Like I use this one because I like it, because it breaks it down. There's a mono maker for the lower frequencies, and I can go up to about 22K. So I can make the up to 22K hertz mono, or just, you know, like the early, you know, from 20. I can do that. I can make it wider. I can turn it down and make it mono. If I don't want it if I don't want it to be wide at all, I can turn it down. So I use that. That's what I use, and I kind of just turn it up a little bit to give it a little bit of stereo enhancement. I don't go crazy with it, and I turn the mono up to about 30 hertz because that's pretty much where the bass frequency sits. So I like the bassier frequencies to be in the middle, whereas the higher mid frequencies to be kind of spaced out a little bit. So that's what I use. So that's one plugin that I would use for sure. The pass analyzer is always going to be on my plugins all the time, on my template all the time, just because it helps me with my volume. I know my volumes. I can see my frequencies of, you know, where things are, where it's hitting at the most, where it's the highest, and I see that my bass is hitting the most. And then my phase. I have my phase here, so I can watch that as well. And then I would put like the Slate tape machine on there. Now I use a tape machine to just bring warmth, to bring the thump out of the beat is what I use the tape machine for. I don't have my iLock. I left that at the studio. Shout out to Crack House Recording Studio. I left my iLock at the studio because I was recording a session, so I can't pull up my tape machine from Slate at the moment. But you'll see them future videos and things like that. But that's pretty much all I use that for. And then of course I use the L2, which is another plugin from Waves. Okay, so now the L2, what it does is, let's say, like I said, when I have my beat mixed, I always mix lower than 6 dB, so I kind of have some headroom. The L2 will then boost my signal back up to 0, basically. So it pushes it to 0. Now, if I put this on here now, while this is on here, it's going to sound so bad. But I'm going to let you hear what it does, so you can see. So the BX control is my widener. If you're listening in headphones or you have speakers, you might want to turn this down just a little bit, just because the L2 is going to boost the signal up. And yeah, we don't really want that to happen normally, but I'm just showing you guys what the L2 will do for your tracks when you've mixed it and you mixed it correctly, and what it can do as far as the boost. And I use the preset in here called 16-bit moderate limiting. Basically, it just gives me just that normal moderate boost to bring the track back up to 0 from where I'm mixing at. So whether I'm mixing from -6, -12, -3, whatever, it just boosts the signal back up to 0 so that it's now punchy, you know, but punchy, you know, from a lower level, and it's not distorted. So that's what this does. So now I'm going to toggle it on and off so you can hear. Now, as you heard, the signal got louder, it boosted it up. Even with it, you know, already clipping and already boosted up, it still boosted it up more. And as you saw, the attenuator now, or meter here, was coming down like this. What that means is when it hits a certain peak, the L2 will automatically push this thing back down. So it's kind of like a brick wall limiter, but not necessarily, right? So with a limiter, basically anything that's up, you know, at this level, this is the peak level. So at this peak level, if anything hits that, it's gonna stay there. It's not gonna go any further. So that's why I say I mix at a lower level. So when I throw that on there, boost it up to 0, and any small little frequencies that are peeking through, it'll just punch it back down. And not in a bad way. It's very subtle. You can't really tell that it's doing it because I mix at a very low level, so that when it brings it back up, that attenuator is not really going crazy like it would. So yeah, so that's pretty much my master chain and what's in my master chain. I hope this helped you guys. I hope this inspired someone to go create. I hope this answers some questions, because a lot of people were asking, Heat, what is on your master channel? As if I had something crazy. I don't. I promise I don't. These are just plugins that I really love to use. You know, I don't have a tape machine, so I can't simulate the tape or have that tape sound, so I have to use a simulator, which is made by Slate Digital. And I use the L2 to just boost everything up to give it that nice boom. Alright, yeah. So I'm out of here, guys, and until next time, again, if this is your first time watching, subscribe. subscribe, join your boy, join the Boom Bap gang, alright? Turn on all notifications just so you don't miss any more of the videos. And I'm gonna get up out of here. Alright, y'all. Until next time. Peace.